tune in if you want to hear. So we have Chad, Josh, Dmitri, and Marcus every Friday. It's the Square Round Table. Tune in. It's the Square Round Table podcast. Let's have a blast. I know at work you had a long day. Just relax and tune in.
All right. Greetings, my freaks and geeks. Welcome to the Square Round Table podcast. Thank you for joining us tonight. Tonight we're joined by anime creators Asa Palmer and Patrick Stout. We also want to give a big shout out to Cedric Williams for introducing all of us. Again, thank you guys for taking the time to chat with us, and let's get into it.
Yeah, how you guys doing? We just talked about that before the podcast, but how are you guys doing mentally? How's it been?
It's been all right. New York is flooding right now, so that was a whole thing that we're doing.
Oh, that's not nice. Yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah, wild day for sure. Living in the city with all the flooding and transit switch ups and everything, but everything's been going good. Can't complain.
That's good. So I'm glad everything besides the flooding is good. That's the least of your worries. I think we're doing all right.
No, sorry y'all got to deal with that.
Yeah,
that was.
Sure.
I saw like articles about it on the news, and yeah, that's crazy.
Out of nowhere too. Like I woke up, saw a little bit of rain, didn't think anything of it. Finished work. When I got outside, I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" This is crazy.
Yeah, it's like you just. No, I was gonna insert a bad water joke, but I think I'll just hold it. I think I'll hold it. The joke didn't hold water.
Oh my gosh, there it is.
There it is. But yeah, awful. I'm glad y'all are doing good though.
Yeah, exactly. Glad we're finally able to have this podcast. We've been rescheduling for quite some time, so it's good to finally be able to talk.
For sure.
I think Pat was going to ask, how are you guys mentally? You guys asked us, but you guys have the same thing yourselves.
Oh, like I say, work is work. Besides being tired all the time, I'm pretty good. I can't complain.
Okay. What about you?
What are you gonna say?
No, so what about you?
Oh yeah, pretty much the same. I just been, like I said, today was pretty busy. I just kind of came down with a little bit of a cold, but other than that, it's been pretty good. Yeah, still, I'm also just trying to protect myself from just germs and stuff out here because COVID is definitely still a thing and just stuff like that.
Yeah,
just trying to protect myself and the folks.
You're in the COVID household right now. Your brother's going through it right now.
Yeah, so we got to deal with that. Yeah, because a couple of my folks came down with COVID. I just have a cold, but yeah, it's getting a little bit colder over here in Georgia.
Oh, wow. In Georgia, okay.
Yeah, because I'm from Georgia and Dmitri is from Cali.
Nice. You got a Teenage Mutant Ninja jacket I'm jealous of, so got that going.
Oh, yeah, the Ninja Turtle? Got the drip?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
All right, you came here snuck that in real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I had to break out the Chris shirt every now and then. Every now and then.
Who's your favorite turtle?
Oh yeah, put it out there.
Easily Raph. Like I've always identified with Raph for sure.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Now you got your guys' favorite turtles for sure.
Michelangelo, yeah.
Oh, Mikey. Okay, all right.
Just his goofiness is just underrated.
Yes, it is.
For sure. Like Michelangelo's is easily like my second favorite for sure. Yeah. Now go ahead and say who your favorite is, Dmitri.
I'm gonna say since Chad isn't here, I can claim it. Donatello is definitely my favorite.
Yo,
I kind of saw that coming. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah, you just see all the
Donatello for me too. That's that.
Yes, exactly. And him too. So like I'm vibing with it. Yeah. I have to, when he's here, I have to be like Leo because like it's a whole inner fight. Leo's not bad. He's just the main character, so can't go wrong with him.
Yeah,
he's a leader, but he has personality, but it's not as vibrant as of everybody else in the group. You know what I mean? So they give him all the good. They always give him all the good stuff. They give him like the dimensional sword and stuff. There you go.
He just. I think the biggest thing with Leonardo was that he just suffers main character disease, and because a lot of the times in the shows and stuff, they give the main character like the more basic cookie cutter kind of archetypes and the more basic abilities.
Mm-hmm.
and just more the basic personality. Like another example is Naruto and Goku. They more or less use the same move over and over. They just have the basic premise of something that everybody can do. And then Leonardo, he just has a sword. But the other turtles, they shine with multiple other capabilities.
And it's always a conflict between Raph just wanting to be like out there just taking people down and Leonardo's just like, no, we gotta stay disciplined, man. We gotta do all this stuff. And he's always, but we can do so much more better. And he's just like, oh. I'm the leader, and then Raph's just, no, I'm out here taking people and putting on shirts. You're slicing things up. And I give him a rival, all right, but
yeah, I mean, Leo's never really been. Leo's always been my least favorite. I like Katanas. Katanas are cool, but he's just cool.
My number 4 also. I put Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raph are close. But
yeah,
Raph is gonna get me annoyed sometimes. Too hot. I'm like, all right, bro, you gotta chill, fam. And Leo's just.
Yeah, he's pretty basic.
Yeah,
but
he's the main character.
You need a Raph on your team, the one that's just ready to fight anybody. You need that person. You just need to steer him clear, but make sure to put him in the right direction. But you need that guy.
Oh yeah. You gotta have a character like Raph. Like you gotta have a Vegeta on every team.
You really do, and he really does fit that Vegeta like mold for sure. Like.
Yeah,
they don't let him shine like he should. Yeah, he needs a little bit more shine. I'm a Vegeta. My favorite from Dragon Ball is Vegeta, so I might have a little bias there because they don't let him shine. They don't give him a win.
Nah,
ever.
He's getting some shine now, a little bit. But I need to see a clear win before I'm gonna be like sold on it. Because even in the movie, the Frieza movie, they still didn't give him that win. Like he had it, and then they like took it from him, and I was just like. I don't know if I can keep going through this Vegeta hatred right here, okay?
I mean, yeah.
But I mean, he does have the cooler, like, out of the new forms, like, the Ego is definitely the more of my favorite than the Ultra Instinct.
Yeah, Ultra Ego is definitely dope. Because I never really, speaking about Ultra Instinct, I never really cared for
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
No, I like go on this rant about Ultra Instinct at least like a couple times a month. Because me and Dmitri, we always talk about this Dragon Ball Z for sure, just Dragon Ball in general, and Ultra Instinct is my least favorite Goku form.
Oh
man, that's not crazy, but like out of all of them.
Yeah, I can clean it up a little bit. See, it's not that I don't like Ultra Instinct. I don't like the silver version. I love the black one. I love the regular Ultra
unperfected?
Instinct. The unperfected one. I love it. But the silver, I just can't do it as silver hair. It clashes with the orange for me.
Hey, man, you keep coming at you got the gray and the orange going on.
I don't know, man. This is hard. It looks pretty good when he powers up and it's all white or whatever, but other than that, I don't really mess with it. I don't.
Okay.
Easy. I fuck with it heavy. That's just
so do you mess with the new Gohan form?
Yeah.
There's another one. There's another one.
No, Gohan beast.
Just because the reason why is because Gohan, the fact that he's outside, first of all, is a dub. That's the fact
True.
Outside is a dub. So, whatever gets this man back out in action, I'm with it because that's my favorite character. To be honest.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Team Gohan and 2, Tenkaichi 3, I'm busting everything. You know what I'm saying?
How'd you feel about the Mystic? How'd you feel about the what is it? The potential Gohan? His like the Supreme Kai fit where he was like he had the Thor and everything before he got beef, like the in between before he like retired. How'd you feel about that for him? Like
so
I think it's called Mystic. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I love that form. That form's tough.
Oh, okay. Usually people don't like that form. Usually people are like, now we got beef because he kind of didn't have something great for a while. People just think that wasn't really a good form.
No, I thought that form was tough, especially because I followed along like when you had to wait for each episode. So when he was training with the sword, broke it. It was like, bro, what the fuck? I was like, yo, the whole universe is fucked. What are we gonna do now? The sword is broken. And then they're like, oh, fam, you have all the powers in you. I was like, oh, that shit just. I was like, all right, I can get down with
You were like, you were cool about it?
Yeah.
I think the potential form is cool. Like I like it. And then like when he went up against, I think he went up against Boo, and he lost with it. That's where I lost me. That's where I was like, man, come on.
He just had to bring up the L. He just had to. We were doing so good.
I'm
he had
sorry,
to bring up the
man.
L.
I gotta really bring it up because that's where the potential for me just went. This, like, I was like, oh man, where's that potential?
Hey, don't sleep on Budo. You know what I'm saying? Like,
cool. I'm not gonna sleep on him. Yeah. Cool. Boo had hands, man. He did. He had them.
Oh yeah, nah. You can't do nothing with Boo. Like, but Gohan for sure. Like, Gohan's easily one of my favorite Dragon Ball characters.
And Future Gohan is my favorite out of all the Gohans. Like the one with the one arm. Yeah, that's the one I was like, yeah, I hated to see that happen to him. I was like, man, I wanted to see more of that Gohan.
Thanks.
Yeah, nah, we don't talk about that L though. We don't talk about the L's. we don't talk about the L's. We just talk about Gohan's achievements. We don't talk about.
I mean, you can't talk about any other characters L's like that because Goku don't get them like that, and Vegeta, he just
only gets them.
His career is L's for the most part. I hate it, but
it's pretty tough. Like Dragon Ball, I think Dragon Ball characters in general, they get the weirdest W's. Their W's is consequential. They don't just get a W by themselves. They have to die 2 times and then come back and try to beat the guy. And then they die again. It's okay. It's like, yeah, cool. Like, yeah, all right. You took a time machine. You took a time machine and Shenron like 3 times. But hey, you won.
Go Death in Dragon Ball Z. It doesn't have the same kind of, in other series, you're like, okay, a character dies. All right, this is like dire. And then we're like, in Dragon Ball, you're like, the Dragon Balls are here. We're good. We'll be back in 3 or 4 episodes. We're fine. Vegeta will come back with him.
Actual training.
Yeah.
All these dead. What?
So, and then they up the ante and said Super Dragon Ball. So now we can just put universes back. So here's the thing: if I'm a civilian in Dragon Ball Z universe, I'm not worried because if anything, I'll be back. I'll be back to pay my bills. Like I said, like, all right, see you in about a year.
Yeah, basically, it's just one of the cool things about Dragon Balls. But there's just some anime tropes where it's just a crazy hack. Or like, if you do lose, then we're just gonna just put this band-aid over it, and we'll just continue with the plot from there. But but can y'all think of any like crazy anime tropes?
Recent one with Gear 5.
Oh, you're gonna talk about it, but you can't be here for that conversation. I can talk to you about it because I'm caught up.
But I'm not caught up on One Piece at all.
Okay.
I'll say this: Gear 5 is ridiculous. All right, I love it, but it's ridiculous.
Oh,
Gear 5 is crazy.
Are you guys caught up on the manga?
I'm not caught up on the manga.
Okay, then I can't even say any more about it because the manga is gonna be going crazy.
I'm about to get
heated up.
Yeah, I had to. It was enough for me to catch up to the anime. Like,
oh, you just binged it like that?
Yeah.
How far back were you though? Let's see the gap. How far back were you to binge up?
The pandemic, I was like, all right. I looked at 1,000 episodes at that point. I was like,
wait, you went the whole 1,000?
Jeez.
Dang,
that's dedication, man. Like that's crazy.
Not a show is legendary. Oh,
it is.
I hadn't felt nostalgia with dope action like that since I'd watched like Hunter x Hunter.
Great Hunter. Oh, the Chimera Ant arc is amazing. I love that arc still to this day. You don't like it?
I love it. No,
I thought this was like a.
No, I'm like, people sleep. Yo, that shit.
They really do, man. That ending was great.
That to me is, I don't know. It's hard. Like when you really break it down, it's hard for me to put any show really over it. I don't know.
I agree. Yeah.
For all different, I know different things are better in certain categories overall.
Yeah.
It would help me get further into anime personally.
Yeah. Hunter x Hunter, One Piece, DBZ, they're all like Naruto, Bleach, they're all like legends up here. Like, I don't like when people are like, oh no, this one's better, this one. They all do good things, man.
Naruto,
the 1,000-year blood work arc that's going on in Bleach right now is heat.
Yeah,
it's heat. Every episode's been heat, and I'm just like, man, this is prime time. I was like, I wish Naruto would come back with something to where we could just be like,
please.
Because I need to talk about that. Do we not want to talk about the sequel series like that? Do we want to? Do we want to have our opinions on that real quick?
Can we talk about Demon Slayer?
I can't talk. I personally can't talk about Demon Slayer, but I hear it's good though. Like I know I'm not gonna sleep on it. I'm not sleeping on it. I'm not gonna hate on it.
Like you already sleep, bro.
You haven't watched?
Because
I haven't.
with Demon Slayer, like
I'm sleeping a little bit, but it's not because
you gotta wake up, bro.
It's listen. I needed it to pick up a little bit faster in the beginning. I don't know. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it at the time, so I'm gonna go back. It's a time. I put it in the queue. It's there. It's when I do.
I
think I might need
a little bit. But they put them on the list.
Oh yeah, I got a whole list. It's on the top of it. Now that I'm caught up on One Piece and all these other things, I'm looking at. I looked at One Piece at one point. I'm like, now I ain't got nothing to stop me from watching it.
Yo, it's tough. The way they do the balance of powers in that show is great.
I heard.
Oh,
I hear nothing but peak from that.
Yeah, it's amazing. I got a few more episodes to watch in the last season. I'm almost caught up. I got a few more episodes left.
Y'all can straight talk about it for a little bit. I'm cool with spoilers. I'll go. This might get me hyped. Get me hyped about it.
Because I don't know. Because like I haven't. Because I know the manga's finished, and I haven't really read it. I haven't really read it as much. I was trying to refrain from talking about it because my cousin, she finished the whole thing, and she was like, because the bad thing with that is if it's like some mess that's like tragic, and I bring up a character, I'd be like, yeah, man, this character is dope or whatever. And like her face just drops.
Oh no!
Yeah, and I'm just like,
face, man.
Yeah, no, legit, because like I ain't gonna say nothing, but no, Demon Slayer, it broke my heart for sure. Because there was one particular character that I don't even want to spoil it. I'm not even gonna say it. Like, I'm not even gonna say,
bro,
anything about it. Okay,
it's one Hashira.
Oh yeah,
and I'm heartbroken. I'm still trying to recover.
Oh, bro, from the movie.
Oh, the movie's good.
Oh, let's not even talk about Rengoku. Let's not even.
I know
this
about
is
that
another
one.
Hashira that got.
I know about that one. The spoilers got me for that one. I know that.
Yeah, like it's like a Rengoku. Like that took a minute for me to recover from for sure.
Yeah,
like that was awful. But that fight was crazy.
Oh my god!
Yeah, like
I will say one thing about it. That's beautifully animated. Like it's heat.
Wait till you see this new season. The animation of this new season is amazing.
It's even better.
It is.
All right, that's motivation. How many seasons we got here? 3, 2? What are we working on?
Yeah, I think it's like 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could dedicate some time to that. Y'all happy me up about it because I want to be in a conversation about these people y'all are heartfelt about right now.
Oh yeah, no, it's amazing. Like I swear, and it's every season, bro. Like every season, a Hashira gets waxed, bro. Every season.
Yo. Wait till you finish the 3rd season, bro. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. That Entertainment District arc was crazy.
Oh my god, bro. And the way that the repercussions of that battle showed you just like how things are gonna progress. You guys are like older now. Okay. Now you guys are taking on serious missions. You're taking on real shit. Okay.
Yeah, and also it just puts in perspective how they're all weak. Like they're just like this. Yeah, guys, we got this. I got my sister, and she's a demon, so she might be able to help us out. And then she gets iced the next episode, and then he gets iced the next episode and loses and breaks 2 fingers.
Yo,
don't talk too much.
Wow, man. Hey, man. Now I know some things. All right, let's see everybody.
The breaking fingers part, like that's not too bad. Like that's I ain't gonna say nothing else. Yeah. I'm a chill.
So y'all watched Jujutsu Kaisen, right? Y'all caught up?
I haven't watched the new season yet.
I haven't watched it.
I can't talk. Oh man, I can't talk about it.
I haven't watched the new season yet either.
It's heat.
It's heat. It's heat.
It's so much heat. I can't even talk about the first half of the 2nd season right now because that was heat.
Yeah, no, I've seen some of it. Like I've seen some snippets or whatever.
Okay,
but I do know what happens because I read the manga, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, okay. So you read the manga.
That is all I'm gonna say. Like
I can't talk about it right now.
Like it's
as watching Bungo Stray Dogs.
I haven't checked it out yet.
I watched I think it was like maybe the 1st season for sure, and the 2nd season a little bit, but it was like a couple years ago. I need to get caught up on that 3rd season.
I feel like
And
they're
the forest.
now, bro.
5th?
Yeah.
Sheesh. Okay, I got some homework. Okay, I got legit some homework.
Have you seen Hell's Paradise?
Oh yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. I love Hell's Paradise.
I haven't checked out Hell's Paradise yet. I haven't.
I just
gotta
like
check it out.
his whole entire thing is, hey man, I just want to go home to my wife. I just love that's his whole like mentality. He's like, all I gotta do is get through all of you guys, and then I get home to my wife. All right, easy, let's go.
Josh hasn't seen this, so I don't want to say nothing, but yeah.
I can't say that's a good summary of it without saying anything. That's the best way to summarize it. That's episode 1 right there.
One person in the square who hasn't seen the show.
It's usually it's every single time. One person here hasn't seen it or whatever.
Yeah, like no, appreciate that. Appreciate you for not going like all the way into it, because I definitely wasn't gonna stop.
I know. I can tell.
Here's the thing about Josh. He wants to hear the spoilers. Like he's been wanting me to. He's been wanting me to spoil Gear 5th for the longest time. He's been
because
like,
it looks amazing.
Tell me about the form, and I'm like, you gotta watch the anime. It's gonna it breaks the series if I tell you anything about it. Really, it's a series breaking thing, and I can't do that to you. I really can't.
And it sucks.
If there's one thing you don't want spoiled for you, it's Gear 5.
Yeah, I can't. I can't do it. But you can look at the form. You can look at all the artwork that's there for it, because it doesn't say anything in the artwork. But you don't have to watch them 1,000+ episodes, boy. Get to it. You watch the live action. You watched the live action and got hyped about it.
I was about to say, have you guys seen the live action? Have you seen?
Oh yeah, I love the live action. Yeah.
Can you tell me how good it was? Like surprisingly.
It was great.
Yeah,
perfect casting. They summarized 44 episodes in 8 hours. Like. I was surprised. All the way to Arlong Park.
To do all like 12 seasons. They already had the first seasons 3 to 6. So
we already got like the cast for the doctor, the female doctor, the older female doctor. They have Jamie Lee Curtis be. She's gonna play her. Okay. Yeah. He already pretty much said, "Yo, you're doing it."
Chopper's mentor, I forget her name.
Yeah, the one that steps in after what's his name? I'm trying not to say names because he hasn't seen none of it, you know.
At all.
I mean, like, because like I'm severely behind with One Piece. I'm on like episode like 10 or something.
Oh no!
Man, you ain't even. You got his foot wet.
You gotta
go. It's pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad. Like I ain't go nowhere.
I think it's the greatest anime.
Yeah, like I said, people do come at One Piece for pacing, but like it suffers from Big 3 syndrome, which is like all the Big 3 had pacing issues, and I'm like, that's not really a good argument for why a series is bad. And then they'll go episode count, and I'm just like, you want a show to binge? You always ask for shows to binge. Why aren't you binging the show that's ongoing with 1,000+ episodes? You're good for at least 4 months of your life.
I think pacing is kind of important to bring up though, because like a show, for example, is like long but still paced well. I feel like every part of the show, like even when they were doing supposed like filler stuff, it was like, I don't know, pretty interesting. Like the way the story.
Okay, I'll say it like this. I'll shape it a little better. I think pacing in the past was because of like how the Big 3 circularization was. Currently pacing shows that are coming out now, that's more or less where I'll have a pacing issue. Like One Piece, when it was early on, I understand why it was paced that way, the reason to the pacing. But if it's a show that's just, I don't even have an example of a least paced good show right now. But if there's one out there and it's paced bad because they're just pacing it bad.
Dude, unfortunately, Demon Slayer, I think is really well paced. You haven't seen
it. Demon Slayer is
very well paced.
So yeah, let me log out.
Yeah, but like I was saying, like
that time period when it came out is really important. A really important factor when talking about pace, because it came out like 10 years back then. Like
I mean,
different back then.
We can consider the same thing with Dragon Ball Z, because people consider the pacing of that show too for what it is. Like they're like, oh, Goku screams for 5 episodes or whatever.
Sure. That's one of the worst shows.
You know.
Yeah,
that's why it was so tough, because they like got rid of a lot of screaming, and they're like, all right, let's cut to fight scenes.
Let's get to it.
Yeah, like Ozzy Kai were very different. It was like totally different experience.
It's like the same experience of Full Metal to Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, where one was like the pacing was the first one, the original one was bad. Well, it was okay. It was anime ending only, and then the other one just streamlined a lot of that filler stuff for those little parts to just get the story out. Which I feel like Brotherhood for me it's a better one, but that's because I watched the original, so like I already know the ins and outs and cracks. And I've heard people say the original's better. It's just a preference of choice. So what do you guys think is like the most important thing when it comes to an anime? Which makes a good anime? Do you think it's like story, pacing, animation? What's the biggest thing that makes a successful anime?
I would say story, honestly, and that's why I like One Piece so much, because the amount of story that they put into even their background characters, just to give you insight on the situation that the main characters are going to face, is like top tier. Damn, I really understand why these characters are acting this way toward the main characters, or just like in this town in general. And then that just provides so much more insight to who the main characters are based off what they learn about the background characters and how they react to it. I think just the story just is definitely the most important.
Is that also in combination? Sorry, is that also in combination with like world building?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, story and world building. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, story is definitely important. Hard to argue with that, but personally, I have a preference for characters because at the end of the day, people relate to the actual character. I'll sometimes deal with a story maybe that I don't maybe agree with or maybe didn't really like. Because, you know what? Like, for example, what's that? The boxer. What's his name?
The Megalobox?
Megalobox. That's it. I feel like that story really done the greatest. I can't tell if the guy who's writing it was a actual fighter or not. Or make it like too realistic, which is cool, but at the same time, I want like more like story stuff versus like practice, etc. But because the character Joe is so sick, he's literally first scene is him on this bike speeding. He's got a crack on his glasses and does this Akira right before he falls off this cliff, and he's basically calls himself like a stray dog or some shit. And I'm like, I'm like, dude, I'm watching what you do, Joe.
I'm in.
I'm watching it because that was so fucking cool. Yeah, I see value for both. But yeah, character.
Have you seen, since we're talking boxing, have you seen the, what is it called? Hajime no Ippo?
Oh my god, yes. That's
best boxing, best sport, right? One of my favorite sports anime for sure. By far.
My favorite sports anime too. Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
I actually do a little bit of boxing myself.
Cool.
I box, so it's kickboxing kind of. And so the process of cutting weight and training for a fight and all that, like they hit it perfectly, but it's still really cool. The story's really good. Even though they tap on those things that could get boring, even as me, someone who loves that stuff, I'm still like, wow, that's a good story here. I'm enjoying following these guys who are doing. They show the real, but then they also get into the fantasy. So it's, I like.
Yeah, it's what makes me stick with it is one, I do the art of boxing. Like I've never done it professionally, anything like that, but I like seeing the techniques. I like seeing the real life, not real life, but I don't really know if real life, but the techniques of we're going to learn shadow boxing today. And that's part of it, or the leaf catching part, where he's like trying to catch the 10 leaves.
Yeah.
And what keeps me going is the characters. Takamura he's hilarious and over the top. And in contrast with Ippo, who's like very sheltered and listening, it works really well.
Yeah. Takamura is like the older boxer. He's like this goofy, perverted ass guy. He'll pull down Ippo in front of like chicks or something at the bar, and Ippo's like this really introverted, like very reserved, quiet, hardworking guy who's really talented but just like very shy. It's like a crazy, like, great combo.
Exactly. Yeah. It's amazing, and I just like seeing him. The one scene that I like is when like he fights the bear, and he just and then he wears the pelt into the ring, and I'm just like, yes, this is all I need.
He just casually killed a bear. Like, all right,
he got the scar on his chest, but he won, but he got the pelt too. It's like,
highly recommend. I haven't seen it. Really, really.
I'd recommend it for sure. For anybody,
I'm definitely sleep on him. Hajime no Ippo. I've seen was like snippets of it on YouTube, but like I pretty much get like the premise, but I never actually watched the whole episode. Yeah, like I gotta check it out for sure.
You can watch. I'll say this right now. Hopefully, don't take it down. But you can watch like the first good chunk of that season on YouTube for free right now. I literally there's a playlist on there that has all. I think it's like 65 of the 65 episodes of the first big season. So you can watch it literally for free, and it's all the full episode. Yeah,
it's on Crunchyroll, the whole thing too. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, I'm just giving people both options. If you can't afford Crunchyroll, here's an option over here. But also, yeah, support Crunchyroll. Yes, let's do that. Let's not be pirates, everybody. Let's not...
I was just about to say something about that, but
hey,
never mind.
Hey, I'll do it, man.
Hey, I'm all for Luffy and the gang. You know what I'm saying?
That's the best way to put it.
Right.
I'm all for Luffy and the gang.
I'm all for the Straw Hats, but oh man.
I know it looks like part of Blackbeard, but it's Straw Hat Gang all day. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Blackbeard. I can't say much about him, but he's got a heart. Like you want to root for him sometimes,
bro. Like that meeting that he had with Luffy back in the day.
That's what. In the village. In the village.
Yeah. We're like he looks at Luffy and he sees something there, even at that with no bounty or anything really.
Mm-hmm. They both recognize each other as both like these characters that are going to be like great someday. Both of them in their own right. And he drops gems that are like, I can't say anything, but you know what I'm talking about. I cannot say for the life of him in there. When he said that, I was sitting there just, y'all won that. Y'all. I was like, man, I can't say anything else. I want to log out, Josh. So just log out for
like real quick, going to Ace's point. I love storytelling. Like that there's such a good example of them telling the story, right? Obviously, the connection between Blackbeard and Luffy, but remember the character, like the spring guy, whatever the hell his name was.
Bellamy.
Bellamy. He was supposedly the big deal, the big antagonist of the episode. They did such a good job of telling the story of that episode that they showed, hey, here's this little backdoor. Look at what's happening over here.
Right.
Actually.
Right. Yeah. Don't focus on this guy over here.
Yeah,
your center focus right here. They even hand over like this, like they made it a whole moment just so you guys knew what it was.
Bingo. You know? This guy's loud. This guy's quiet over here, unassuming. Yeah,
but One Piece does a really good job of telling the story, but also their foreshadow game is like ridiculous.
Amazing.
Their foreshadow game is ridiculous. So much so that if you miss a specific arc that people are skipping, Gear 5 don't make sense to you. You know what I'm talking about, for sure.
I'm like this close to the spoiling.
You get this close, man.
This close. I'm around there. I'm pretty good at not spoiling stuff right now. I can talk about it in ways, but I have to hold my tongue because a sentence more and it would have spoiled exactly what it was.
There's with his tongue, man.
I gotta be, but and we can talk about the backstory of Straw Hats because he's at least seen the live action. Their backstories are well written and definitely come back in ways that are just unpredictable, especially Sanji.
Yeah,
can't say more about it, but I can't say nothing more.
Oh my god,
pervy dude. I'll just say that.
He's just a perfect guy. He's just a perfect guy. Yeah, he's perfect. Yeah, he's just a perfect guy. Yeah, there's nothing more to him. He ain't got no heart. He's just perfect. Great guy, great dude.
That's special.
Yeah,
nothing about him. Man, we're gonna have Josh log out, and we ain't gonna see him. I ain't gonna see him for like months. It's just in the cut. Just I need more One Piece episodes, man. Where's the One Piece episode?
Gear 5 is crazy right now, but I'm thinking about Blackbeard's current state, like his power right now.
Yeah, that's so much.
Bro, he don't know.
Nah, I'm saying I'm putting out 3 things. I'm putting them out.
We will see what happens. Yeah, he's one to keep an eye on.
Yeah, and Shanks for sure.
But yeah,
Shanks out here doing big things. Like Can't say more because you guys ain't even on the manga yet, so y'all ain't even seen them yet.
Yeah, I can't wait for this. Yeah.
I'm actually worried about them old folks. That's what I'm really worried about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Them pesky old folks that just be setting up the plot.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna get rid of some things. We're gonna be snakes and then set up the plot. I can't say more, but they just
some dirty old dude. I don't know what
dirty old man.
Oh yeah.
What is it? 5 of them? 5 dirty old.
Like 5 dirty old dudes.
And here's the thing: they never leave that room.
They never leave that room.
20 years.
Because we got to think about it. It's not 25. It's 2. It's 2 years. What? No, it's more or less probably like closer to 3 years in that room, chilling.
20 years of animation, but yeah, 3 years.
Yeah. I was saying you gotta put that in perspective because a lot of people forget that. They forget the time, and I can't say nothing about specific great arcs that happen around that. I'm having a hard time. Gosh, you need to get caught up. I'm sorry. This is your public service now. You got homework. You got legit homework.
No, I got a stack of homework. I got a stack of homework.
Because all thing we can talk about with you is Dragon Ball Z and Naruto. That's all we can. I can't talk to you about Boruto because I refuse to read Boruto.
Boruto.
I refuse to read that.
That's in the dumpster. No.
Oh no.
Are you a Boruto fan?
Trying to put me on it. They're just like, yo, Boruto, have you seen episode like what? 161 or 61? Which one is
Not 161. Have you seen 161? That's when it gets good.
It's set to 160 episodes before it gets good.
Yes.
Crazy.
There's no commitment like that. I'm not committing to that. There's no way.
No, man. Because I basically see, and this is heartbreaking for me because the thing about me is I actually read the manga because I was all for Boruto. I was like, all right, cool. Naruto totally still has his 6 past powers, right, guys?
I know some things about that.
Still has his Rinnegan, right? He doesn't lose his Rinnegan or anything, and Naruto doesn't go missing, and Boruto doesn't become emo, right? But all that happened, and it's all bad.
Yeah. If you watch a series long enough, you get to see the heroes that you grew up with kind of die.
Yeah.
Didn't even sugarcoat it.
Wait, and so that's what I'm trying to say. Yo, to an extent, you gotta respect Goku because it's this man just trying to be the strongest in the world. That's it. He's fucking kids. Chi. Now
fuck those kids.
Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're strong? Bet. Let's go.
He started a whole entire universal erasure and just to fight a god. I was just like, all right, man.
Yeah.
I get that the pacing's bad. I get the story ain't great. I get there's a whole lot of things, but he's a great character. You know what I'm saying?
He is for what because Dragon Ball Z is a battle manga and it understands what it is. It understands that Goku's gonna fight the main guy. Everybody else is gonna sit on the sidelines eating popcorn and chilling. Because without Goku, I said this the other day, without Goku and Vegeta and Saiyans excluding, but like Goku specifically, what are the Z fighters doing? What are the Z fighters doing to anybody? I'm not even talking about. I'm talking about anybody.
Look, bro, you're not supposed to you're not supposed to ask those type of questions. Bro.
Yeah,
I'm just being real about it, but it'll never happen. But you gotta wonder these things. Goku does all the heavy lifting, so we ain't gonna ever really consider those pros questions. If Frieza comes back to Earth, he's probably just gonna be like, "Hey, bring back Goku with the Dragon Ball, then let's fight." He's not even gonna worry about the Z fight. He ain't gonna do nothing with the world. He's gonna be like, he got a new form though, so like maybe you
gotta respect Piccolo's new form, right?
I was just about to say that.
I respect that.
I respect what they do with Piccolo. Like they did my man Piccolo justice for sure.
They did. I respect that so much.
Yeah, they definitely did that for sure. I'm really happy what they did with Piccolo and Gohan. Like, because
I just wish the hair was shorter. That's just it. Like my criticism is that the hair needs to be a little shorter, and I'll be fine about it. I like the color and everything like that, and it's cool. But like the hair is just a little too. That's just it. And that's my only criticism. I'm like, hey, take it down just a smidge, just a little bit. You know, you keep it up there.
True. Yeah.
And I wish they would have brought back like Cell in his perfect form. Like I wish we would have gotten that.
I swear that was like the biggest wasted opportunity. Like they should have just brought back Perfect Cell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell, that was I like the android bots, but
Yeah, they were cool. Yeah,
They were cool. Yeah, they were cool. I don't have a problem with anything else, but I was like, man, because I like Phil was like, you can train and do whatever you're gonna do, whatever power ups you're gonna do. I'm gonna sit in the ring. I'm gonna wait for you to take these L's. I'll hand them out one by one. Like he was confident. He was like, hey, I'm perfect now. I don't have to worry about any of you guys.
Right.
he was a respectable universe destroyer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes. He
Yeah,
didn't
he
call
was-
anybody monkeys
no,
or
he was a
anything like
gentleman.
that. He was just chilling.
he didn't
He
call
was an
anybody.
esteemed gentleman. He was
Yeah,
esteemed
he was-
gentleman, and he respectfully beat your ass.
It's like, oh yeah, train as hard as you want. I'll give you the time. I'll sit in the
Yeah.
ring. I'll chill. Anybody else that comes in the ring before then, I'll just take them out. I'll be here. Cool.
Oh yeah, basically.
And like we were having a conversation about iconic villains, and Frieza definitely has earned his iconicity. But I
Yeah.
have a more preference of Cell and Boo for my liking, but I can understand the iconics of Frieza.
Yeah,
Because
Frieza going
without
Frieza.
that Super Saiyan wouldn't even be here. We got to pay respect to the Saiyan hater himself.
Oh yeah,
So,
lipstick
he
wizard,
doesn't train?
lipstick wizard himself.
saying the fact he doesn't train, that's
Yeah, that's
Is it-
respect.
Yeah,
you don't train
no,
here in one. What the fuck happens if you like
He
actually
gets the, as they said, the meme say he gets the Laker colors. He gets the gold and
the Laker colors.
and then a black form apparently. So,
Right,
you
then
know,
he, right then, then he just gets an N-word pass if he trains like a couple more months.
Crazy.
What's next?
they should bring his brother back though. I want his brother to be canon. His brother is cool. His design is so amazing.
Bro, the way that
Yeah.
movie went with the cooler,
Yeah.
let's be honest. That was because Metacooler is so tough. Basically,
Yeah.
like, Metacooler could build and had like multiple different versions of himself, or like multiple
Like copies.
copies, or yeah.
Mhm.
So Metacooler could have been such a much bigger problem for Dragon
Yep.
Ball. They could have waited and let him show up later when we had and
Mhm.
a lot of Z fighters, and that fight would have been fucking sick. Mad Metacoolers fighting Future Trunks, Gotenks, Gohan, Vegeta, Go everybody fighting a Metacooler, and then maybe a fusion Super Saiyan 4 or Super Saiyan God Gogeta. That power up is enough to destroy the whole Metacooler thing. But the fact that it was like it was Vegeta and Goku,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. And you brought up you made a mistake of bringing up Super Saiyan 4 because that's my favorite transformation. I wish was canon. Like I wish that was canon so bad. I love Super Saiyan 4. I will
Yeah.
fight to say that's like his best transformation. Like I will fight.
When niggas picked Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta on Tenkaichi 3, bro, it was like, yo, fuck you, bro. Like, what the fuck is that? There's literally nobody who can compete with
Nah, bro. Like
At all. Man.
that. Oh, there's no one who can compete hand-to-hand combat. There's no one who can compete with Kai Blasts.
No.
What are we doing here?
no, totally.
That
No,
was
let's
just
not even. Let's not even talk about how stupid OP Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was in Tenkaichi 3. Like
It was.
I remember I would pick if I was just getting just thrashed in Tenkaichi 3, I would just get Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta.
Oh, you was with them. Oh my god.
Nah, I was one of them. I'm not gonna lie. Every now and then when I was like a kid playing Tenkaichi 3, I get either him or Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Oh my god.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
the other two characters, if you
Yeah.
want to beat somebody easily, you pick those two.
Oh yeah.
Or Teen Gohan. Teen Gohan,
Teen
was-
Gohan,
yeah,
I'll
Teen
admit-
Gohan was on that game was ridiculous.
Yeah, especially
Or Kid
Super
Buu,
Saiyan
that
2.
little bro.
Yeah, Kid. Man,
Oh
there's
yeah,
so many
nah,
good-
Kid
good-
Buu too.
And that's all. I think it's because they were just small characters. And Broly, for sure. But Broly is just because it wasn't really much you could do to him in those
Low
games.
key, bro.
Nah.
Piccolo too, because if you knew how to use
Yeah.
Piccolo's specials, Piccolo could freeze you. He could grab you from far away.
Mhm.
He could do some
He
tricky.
had range too.
True, yeah.
He
Yeah,
had the what was it, the Hell Zone? Like thing
yeah,
all
the Hell Zone.
Yeah.
Oh
You know?
no, I spam that. Like I would spam that so hard, bro. Like I would spam
Josh was like, I want to win badly. Here we go.
that. No, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely spammed it for sure.
Yo, and special beam cannon would go through buildings and catch.
Yeah.
Yo, best hack.
Man.
Go to the city map. I unlock hideaway.
Dude,
Jeez,
like,
so you one of them. You one of them that does the lock on thing and then you shoot them through the door.
that's what you did though. If you knew you were fading like the computer and they were like super hard and they were beating you, you hit behind buildings and bam, and then ran away.
Nah,
bam,
for sure,
and then
for
ran
sure.
over here.
Like,
Bam.
nah,
Just
it's,
hit
always use that death beam shit. I'll be like, all right, nigga, you want to use the death? All right, that's all right.
Yeah.
nah,
Hey,
it's on site with the CPU. Fighting the CPU, it's on site. I don't even care, bro.
I'm not playing with that CPU, bro. I'm getting.
no.
I'm doing the dirty shit, and I don't feel bad.
Especially when the CPU had Broly. Man, you got dragged.
Yeah,
You got dragged, man,
I
like the movie.
swear.
You got dragged just like in the movie.
Literally,
Yeah,
like
totally.
the whole time. Get away from me, nigga.
Hit them with the key blast, and they're not even doing anything. They're just like bouncing off. I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
No.
nah, all that.
So disrespectful. Everybody else, they get hit by the Kai Bass, they at least stop or drop.
They like, yeah, like.
No, the whole invulnerability thing with the little stupid little dash forward. The computer would spam that dash forward. Oh my gosh.
Bruh, I forgot about that shit. Yo,
Oh man.
one with Kid Gohan because he had a dash attack. So you just wait for the Kamehameha, dash through that shit.
I swear.
Nah, when you hit the
Go
you hit
around
the
it?
special. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can do the curve move. So if you hit your special, you hit his beam, you hit his special, you curve around him and stop him in the side of his head.
That was
stop
so
his special.
ghetto. That was so ghetto. I remember when that wasn't even a thing. I remember in the old Tenkaichis, that wasn't even a
Couldn't
thing.
do
Like,
that.
that stupid dash behind was not a mechanic.
Whoop, bop, and then do your special move on them, whatever like that. I was like, that's crazy.
Like that was
Or when you could do the battle of the two special moves and you had to hit you had to
Oh,
do this
yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
you had to do
I had
that.
to break my controller.
Yeah.
Broke so many controllers. Oh my god, that game, bro. Bro.
Nah, man. I
They're coming
played
out
that
with a
game
new
till it
one,
broke in
right?
half.
Yeah, totally memories.
Totally.
Bro.
But yeah, but nah, y'all. Yeah, I've been wanting to talk about Sentinel Six. Like, what's Sentinel Six, and what's also just like, what's a Western narrative? Because I don't think I've heard of like just that terminology. And how is Sentinel Six a story told within a Western narrative? And how does it fit within your SK universe?
You go ahead, bud.
All right, so the Sentinel Six takes place. The Sentinel Six storyline takes place in 2429. So it's a Afro world, a little bit into the future. But the state that we're in now is affected by a lot of things that happened in our current now, in 2022, essentially. So Ace and I were developing the story. We wanted to develop something that was escapist, would allow people to have something that they could fantasize and fall into these different stories and experience different sci-fi cool storylines, etc. But at the same time, we wanted to tie that to real things that connected people to either locations on Earth that they either reside in or have been to, and just like different time periods that reflect certain things or historical significances, and just to utilize that as a way to make the story cool, but also reflective at the same time. So we started, like I said, in 2429, following a group of young superheroes who are distributed around the earth in different areas. And in a time of need, the earth releases its spiritual powers and imbues them into those six individuals.
Oh.
Yeah. And so basically, the main antagonist of the entire show is called Krath Mudak. So if you guys saw the characters, if you've been to the website, he's the guy who he has like a suit, like a white suit, very clean cut. He's supposed to have that Kobe feel to him, energy in the entrepreneurial space that he commands. And at the same time as being like this huge mogul in the resource and tech space, he also happens to be the bringer of death to the earth. So when he arrives and is trying to essentially take over, that is when the Earth feels that energy and disperses into the Sentinel Six.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
Thank
you. Yeah.
Real quick, have you guys seen the trailer?
The one on your the one that with all the Sentinel Six, right? Yeah. That thing, that thing's cool.
It did. No, it was dope for sure. No, I loved it.
Yeah,
like,
it was cool.
No, and I'd say for sure my favorite character is Phantom X.
Yeah, definitely.
No,
yes.
Phantom X, like Phantom X, and probably Striking Phoenix, because like her little animation with her bike in the trailer was crazy. Like,
yeah, it was dope.
The Kira slide for sure.
Oh yeah, you threw in the little the nod. Sprinkled it in there. Yeah, you got to. If you have the opportunity, you just have to. It just have to be in there. Yeah. But no, yeah, like those characters were really cool, and I was like looking at all the designs, and I was like, these are pretty cool designs. So I was super interested in learning more about it, for sure.
Yeah, totally.
I always love hearing who's each person's favorite character because we created them, it's hard for me to choose. Like, obviously, I have certain feelings about certain characters, but I can't. It's like having children. I can't pick my favorite child.
Yeah, like I love them all.
I love them all equally. So see everybody's perspective and see why they like which character for what reason.
Of course. And also, I really like Red Reaper because I'm like a huge Iron Man fan. I love Iron Man, and I was like, this is really dope how she has like a tech suit. I just love tech suits and just robot suits in general. Like I guess that's totally my thing.
Okay.
Yeah. But nah, and also talk about Phantom X. Does he have voodoo powers?
Sorry, say that again, brother.
Does he have voodoo powers like black magic?
Yeah, something like that.
So every character of the Sentinel Six has a different body part of a human, of Earth's original.
Oh, okay.
So Blue Sage is the mind, Phantom X is the heart and soul, Striking Phoenix is the hands, and then Kasi is the feet. Red Reaper is the sword, and Mother Terra is a shield. Phantom X, his powers are all spirit based, so he's able to enter the shadow realm. He's able to use this black magic, so to say. Like, he's able to hear spirits. He's able to use that power and channel it to just essentially use. He's able to channel it to do different things, I would say. I don't want to give up too much of what his powers and what you'll see in the show. So that's why I'm like, I'm trying to leave, but
I definitely wasn't going to stop you.
I was just letting you talk. I was like, I wasn't going to say anything. I was like, keep saying, keep telling me things. I need to know them.
That's as much as I'll give you for now. Then he also has that ghost over his shoulder that he thinks only he can see, that he communicates with.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's dope. I
totally more of that.
For sure. I totally thought he was like he's supposed to be like a sorcerer or something. As soon as I saw Phantom X, I was like, oh yeah, he's like Quan Chi. And I love Quan Chi. Quan Chi from Mortal Kombat. Like he totally gave me like his vibes.
Definitely got vibes like that for sure. Ali, he's a great character. They're all phenomenal characters. Funny because we have like a bunch of characters here that we want to release that or show to the public, but we don't have the funding yet for the artwork, so we're able to show those. But that's soon too. We're definitely trying to a lot more characters other than the Sentinel Six, of course. They have their individual storylines and ways that they've met each other and characters.
Oh, I can't wait to see them backstories. I do this every single time I hear a backstory. I'm like, yes. I love them backstories, man. So I can't wait to see what you guys came up with for backstories and also more characters. Yeah. And also more things you can tell me about the story. That you guys are so tight-lipped now. You don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, because
I'm just trying to like beat it out.
I know how you guys operate. You gotta be careful. That's
all. What do you guys want to know? Ask me a question.
Yeah, I really wanted to know about Grim Grizzly.
Okay.
Yeah, what's his thing? What does he do? What is his powers?
Pat, I'll let you answer.
Yeah, so Grim Grizzly, think of a Solomon Grundy meets Lobo and to an extent, right? So this guy has these. So first of all, we have it's a futuristic world, so there's capabilities that normal humans are able to achieve, right? That's separate from powers. But there's powers in our world. There's magic. There's like tools that people can utilize, tech, like all those different kinds of things. So of those different things, he's essentially someone without powers, but has the ability to utilize, we'll just say, aspects from an animal. So part of those aspects, he has the ability to track people. So like similar to Lobo, like he can track down people through scent trails that he's able to not only see, but feel and taste and hear and etc. Right. So he's like the world's best tracker. People don't get away from him. And he also has an interesting quirk to him, which is that he had an accident when he was younger that damaged his amygdala, right? And so the amygdala in our brain controls your ability to feel fear, right? And so this guy, in a freak accident, had his amygdala damaged, then had this upgrade happen to him, right? And now Grim Grizzly that we know is this character who has no fear and is able to track anyone with additional enhancements as well. He's a huge problem, and he's a direct antagonist on the low level, and then gets a little bit bigger, but initially just a low level for Phantom X, having the ability to instill fear in people and to pull on their spirit and their soul, has a perfect counter in someone who is unable to feel fear, does not get scared by shadow worlds or energy or realms. So
so he's like Craven. He's not like a Craven. He's like a hunter. But
you're talking about Grim, or are you talking about Phantom?
Grim Grizzly. Like he's kind of like a like a hunter. He's not really like a hunter.
Like a hunter. I like to use Lobo as a good example, because Lobo's like just a contractor, right? Like he's a tracker, but he's a little bit more of like a wild man. So Grim Grizzly's like a little bit of a wild man, but he's a contractor for Kroth Muda. So it's like when Kroth calls, you answer. And also he pays well, so that doesn't hurt.
So he's not really. So is he like morally neutral? Is he a bad guy or a good guy, or he's just neutral?
He's definitely a bad guy.
Definitely.
Oh, okay. So he does it because he likes to do what he hires him to do. It's not like I need money and I go do this. But at the same time, I got like a family or something that kind of gives him that emotional. You're like, oh, he's a gray area guy. He's just all bad.
No, he's an old contract killer. He's very good at the job and likes to do it.
He's a wolf or a lone bear, say.
I like that. I like his backstory. I like the animal. So it's just obviously a grizzly bear. It's just like a bear for right now, or is there more he can do like other animals? I didn't really. I was wondering.
Yeah,
I jokingly said to be determined, just to keep you.
Oh, okay. Man, I'm asking all these questions. Like,
no,
I'm just messing.
Yeah, no, that's dope. No, it's definitely dope. Nah, and Sankofa is totally a good guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
Jason, do you want to go on Sankofa?
Yeah.
So Sankofa, a little bit about him. When Asa and I were creating him, Sankofa represents a lot. He represents justice, hope, like doing the right thing, right? And also all of that in the shadow. So not taking attention or receiving gratitude for doing this, just doing your job. Like actually taking that as like a task that needs to be done. There's a battle out there, and this is the fight that needs to be fought. So Sankofa, when we were creating him, we wanted him to represent all those things, but still be in the shadows, but to shine a light on our entire project is about shining light on Black and brown people who are in the dark, so to speak. So we wanted to shine a light on somebody who's in the dark in the Black and brown universe. So we think of that, and it's our homeless people a lot of times are put almost to the side, and maybe they don't receive the same attention or like gratitude that normal people, I shouldn't say normal, that's not right, but people who aren't homeless don't receive, right? Or do receive, whichever way that you're taking that statement. So we were thinking, we're like, yo, like, how cool would it be if this character that we have that's so powerful, he's one of the most powerful creatures in the entire universe, right? He's one of the most powerful beings in the entire universe. He's a Sentinel himself. What if he was walking the earth as a homeless person, just in the shadows, but doing all those great things? So there's a character in DC Universe, I believe his name is the Pied Piper. Maybe you guys have heard of him, maybe not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the Pied Piper is covered in rags, and he basically plays the flute. And I mean, if you looked at him and like in the comics and some of the pictures that they have of him, he looks just like a homeless guy who's just, I don't know, like high or whatever, right? Just sleeping or not really all there. But Pied Piper is a very powerful character. So it's like taking a little bit of that aspect, but then expanding upon it, being like, no, it's not just going to be a powerful character and just a shadow of a small universe. No, this will be this extremely powerful character. And let's flip this on his head. Being homeless isn't something they're doing or that the character is doing to make it feel as though, that they want pity. He's an alien. He doesn't look at it that way.
Yeah.
He has what he needs. Does it need it? The minimalist to the biggest degree, in the sense that, well, one, he doesn't really need to eat. Like, he absorbs his energy through force. Like, he's an alien, so he's not human. So that was just the big part of the development of him and who he was and everything. And his relevance to the Sentinels is that he's their mentor, right? He knows what it is to walk space, right? But not only that, he was in a relationship with their predator, where they got their from, Kyra, who was the original Sentinel. So that was his girl, his lover.
That is a very cool concept. Like, it takes a character that you would overlook at any point in time and makes him like the most powerful person that does all these things just for not even for the praise, but just because he knows it's the right thing to do.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A little more about him too. Sankofa stands for wisdom in African cultures, and so it's right that he is the mentor of the Six. And also Lucy stands for learning from the past in order to improve the future. It's roughly translating that. So that also just gives more meaning and more foreshadowing to who he is as a character, because he knows what said he was connected to the previous Sentinel of Earth, and now he's using all of his knowledge to then raise the next generation of Earth Sentinels to help them protect her. So he's that guy. He's him.
He's Timothy himself.
He's a
But yeah, that's cool. I can't really say he's like a monk, but he has the same doctrine.
Yeah, definitely. He has the very minimalistic doctrine. He doesn't need a lot of things. He just needs the power and just him being able to just do what he does.
Think about how Spawn carries himself, right? Without all the humongous levels of vengeance and anger, of course, but just his ability to walk the shadows, and then when something needs to be done, it happens without praise or without need of attention or something like that. Spawn's another good, what's it called? Blanking on the word, but yeah, he influenced that thought for Sankofa as well.
So he's like Batman, but without Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, he never stops doing the job. He's just Batman all day, every day. Never takes a day off. Never knows anything. He doesn't have any vacation time. He just does it the entire time. That's cool.
So one thing also on Sankofa that you guys might find interesting, Sankofa actually, so when he was around with Kyra was her name, the original Sentinel, he was a lot more in the public and not in rags. Someone dressed very nicely and presented himself like how you would Superman or a superhero who was in the light very much. The loss of his lover and the changes that the world went through, pulled himself to a different version of him, or he turned into version. So, changed him.
Yeah, something like that happening will definitely make you fall back into the behind the scenes and do stuff. Still do what you need when you know it's right, but also you can't be out there doing what you do like you used to.
Exactly.
Stuff that happens, but
So like he developed compassion for humans, or was he always pretty compassionate?
I guess you can say he was always compassionate. Again, he is a sentinel of his own planet, and when he lost that, he obviously had a void to fill. And so when he landed on Earth, it was like kind of Earth, or Kyra, I should say, kind of filled that void. And so he always had that compassion for the people that she was protecting.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's like a through like hero. You know, Sentinel is the embodiment of the good from a planet that infused into a protector. So him being chosen is a good thing. You know, like he's not someone who show up for or be around and have like hate for the people that he's around, kind of thing.
So he's just the embodiment of good.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I like that. So he's representative of just the pure good, but he takes the form of something that it takes the form of someone that people typically overlook.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, that's cool.
That is very cool. That is interesting, and that is definitely looking forward to seeing more of that character.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's great backstory.
And the way
and also design.
It's perfect. Like
yes,
it's perfect. He wouldn't like a very show gloaty or a very showy version of that would not exist in what we've created. The way that it's made, like he's perfect for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's dope. You guys are also talking about how Sentinel Six is just supposed to just shed light on this black and brown people, but I also get like kind of a Afro-futuristic tone. Is that what you guys were getting at? And if so, how important was it for you to use anime as a vehicle for Afrofuturism?
Very important. We often talk about how anime is heavily consumed by the Black community, but there isn't much Black anime out there. So let's create stories. Let's put more of us on screen because we're the ones consuming this content anyway. So it's like, why not tell our stories in this format that's going to touch a lot of people in our community? We were sitting here talking about DBZ and Naruto and all these other shows for hours, and I didn't hear one Black character. So it's like, let's
right.
I mean,
right.
Yeah.
Let's change
that.
So
yeah,
very important. Very important.
It's a very good anime or animation. Anime is a very good vehicle that allows you to do a lot of things that you can't really do in, I guess you would consider it live action. There's certain things you can get away with.
Right.
Storytelling wise, when you use anime or animation as your way of telling a story. Yeah, I definitely think it's one of the best ways to tell it, and obviously to give it to the community like that is just big ups.
Absolutely. And then even why we even started it is because of the animations that we watched growing up. Like Pat and I, when we first started, talked about Samurai Jack and Static Shock and Cyborg. It was like, why is there so few people of color in these TV shows and whatnot? And so we were like, let's make this predominantly people of color TV show to give the kids growing up like something to see themselves in, so they can believe in themselves. Like you say, when you see yourself, you believe in yourself, and that's why representation is just so important. And so that's what we're trying to do with the show.
Yeah, exactly. I like that. Yeah, totally. And about just more Black and brown representation. Like when you talk about, a lot of times if I'm talking about like this Dragon Ball Z or whatever, and I don't know, it's online or something, folks will say, yeah, but you got Piccolo's black. Nah, man. Nah.
I mean,
I will say I will take Piccolo, but
I'll take him. Yeah,
but come on now.
They didn't give us anybody to Oob game.
Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the crazy thing is, I'll take Piccolo over Mr. Popo. So you know what I'm saying? Piccolo over that. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real.
Wow,
Mr. I had to bring that up. We're gonna talk about Dragon Ball Z and representation. We can't overlook that glaring, legitimate,
terrifying.
it definitely knocked Dragon Ball Z down some pegs for me, for sure. After going back and realizing, because as a kid, I didn't like you say, I didn't really pay attention to it at that way. But when you go back as an adult and knowing,
right?
I was like, come on now. Like,
but then if you look, you see it in My Hero. It's in a few different places. Like they do that shit with the lips and not
Well,
the 80s. I get that. That is.
It's because we're not in the rooms. We're not the ones telling our stories.
Exactly. No, for sure. Like I don't really the whole little round pink lip thing. I don't really like that. No.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't have to get into all that. But yeah, so
I'll say a nod to Bleach for their character because their black characters are pretty good. I like them a lot.
Yeah.
He did black characters right in that show. There's so many just really not stereotypical, but characters. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
In that show, there's so much vibrant design. So I always just like to give that nod. Out of all of the what's the name, we at least got something there.
Got you.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this.
True, yeah, and also even though like I am glad that we do have like Usopp in One Piece, even though he does have the pink lips too, but
young Usopp had
he got the little lip thing too. But
yeah, look, I'll put it like this: as much as he has it, he has way more. The way he's done in the show is better than Dragon Ball Z. So it's a nod. It's there, but it's a nod up. Like when it comes to like his importance in writing and stuff like that. Is there?
Yeah.
You know, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to like. You know what I'm trying to say is
like it said we got to get in these rooms.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and also with the whole pink lip thing, I'd make the argument that characters that have that little lip thing, it's supposed to be like a comedic relief, because I have seen anime characters that aren't like supposed to be black that do have that. So I think sometimes it can be probably racist, but I think it's supposed to be funny. But
that comedic relief come from
exactly that comedic. I was just about to say that comedic relief does come from a bad place, though.
They've used as a precedent.
Yeah, it's still definitely still rough. It's still pretty rough.
I'm saying
I'm saying to help combat that with what we've done with Sentinel 6. One of the things that you guys will probably find really interesting is Kraft Mudok, right? Another alien comes to Earth, tries to take over by becoming the most successful businessman, resource owner, tech mogul, etc. Right? He chooses to shapeshift into a powerful human being. And what does he choose to shapeshift into? A black man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, that in itself, people might just look at that character and just see, oh, this is just black antagonist or black main bad character, whatever. Cool. But there's a lot more to that, right? If you dig a little deeper, it's like, no, this guy's an alien. He can shapeshift into whatever color he wants, whatever he wants to look like. But he recognizes that this is the look that he wants to achieve excellence and power. So there's that layer of that in there as well.
What is it is it Martian Manhunter that he shapeshifts into a black dude? It's like that, like he came through there, and an Icon too. Icon does the same thing, which is cool.
Yeah, Martian Manhunter. Yeah, he's tough. Fucking Martian
Manhunter. He is, man.
Oh, I wish he wasn't weak of fire, but
you know what? Yeah, I wish they gave him something that wasn't like you turn on your oven, he's like, exactly. You turn on a lighter, you're just like. Dude, Batman's utility belt just had a lighter in it for him.
Batman just carries a lighter.
This is the one of the elongated big ones, the ones with the little. Oh man, yeah.
I mean, he probably does.
He's some of those sparklers.
The little, oh my god, not the fireworks are a nightmare for him.
No, Batman probably does. He probably does carry like some type of lighter or something. This is a practical application. Sometimes he might need it for some particular thing. I don't know. He might need it to light a fuse or something.
I mean, I feel like Batman, with all the money he has, he's got a high-tech lighter or something. You know what I'm saying? He's got something that we don't even know about. He's I like what I.
He just
Right.
got the craziest lighter. This is a Wayne Tech lighter.
Yo, one thing, talking about tech and Batman specifically, one thing DC did do right, and I gotta give him credit. You know where Batman got all his tech from, right?
Oh yeah, Lucius Fox.
Yeah, Lucian Fox.
Who got it from Mr. Terrific.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Started Mr. Terrific because he was like, oh shit, this guy, he's dope. Mr. Terrific's tech is even past Batman's type shit. His tech is fucking dope.
Yeah, Mr. Terrific is dope, and I wish Chad was here because that's his like favorite character for sure. He loves Mr. Terrific.
Who? You just...
Oh, I said Chad. That's one of Chad's favorite characters. I wish he was here because he would talk. He could talk about him for hours on hours. But yeah, they did him dirty. Sure. They did him dirty in the live action. I hated his live action. Yeah, did him though dirty.
Don't even get me started.
I'm not watching nothing live action, especially after suffering through that Flash. Sorry, Asa.
No, it's okay. Yeah, get your events out. We talked about it. And...
Go
ahead.
No, I'm saying it hasn't seen the Flash movie yet, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh, who hasn't seen it?
Yeah, I totally haven't seen it or anything.
Oh man,
totally not. I'm sleeping a little bit. I'm definitely sleeping a little bit. Like I need to wake up.
You're not missing anything with the Flash. You don't have to go see it. You don't have to put yourself through that. I'll just say that right now.
You guys can keep sleeping. Hit snooze.
Yeah. As I always said, we had a review. Marcus, the other coach, did a review on it. I was like, they made me see that man twice in that movie. That's the criminal part of that. No, sorry, 3 times in that movie. I'm gonna spoil it for you, dude. You don't need to go see that. I don't take that away from you. You don't need to go see that. Don't waste your time on it.
Jeez, because like I was gonna I was probably gonna check it out because of Supergirl and Batman. But...
You can go look up if you really want to see Batman. There's clips on YouTube of that scene, so you can. You don't need to. You don't need to put yourself through it. I'm sorry, I can't recommend that to anybody at all.
Literally, I feel like I'm doing someone a disservice. I'm like, let me.
Because, like I said, in that movie, we got 2 different versions of Ezra Miller, and I did not like either one of them.
No, that was awful. That was awful.
I thought Ezra Miller could not get more annoying, and then they had his younger self, and I was like, oh, I was sitting in the movie, I was like, oh man, my head, man.
But
true.
It was good. Asa said he saw that, right?
So what?
You said you saw Blue Beetle, right?
Blue Beetle. Oh yeah, Blue Beetle was good.
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, cool,
I haven't seen it yet, but it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks good. I hope they didn't mess that up. Dope character too.
Yeah, didn't they say they weren't? Didn't they say that movie is apparently not canon anymore? Like the character Blue Beetle is okay, but like the movie itself has no relevance to like James Gunn New Universe. So I'm just like, I'm at the point where I'm just like, I'll see it, but like, I thought it was built. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
That's crazy.
Sure, but I'm just like, why tell me it's not gonna mean anything if like it's cool. I love it, but like. You can just put it in the universe, drop it in there. It's okay.
Easily, very easily.
Yeah.
Why
I don't really get the whole. Yeah, I don't really get the whole wanting to reboot stuff 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Marvel's gonna do that now. Marvel's about to reboot their universe. Apparently, that's the rumor. They're gonna reboot their universe now. Yeah, they talk about the secret.
You mean reboot?
Reboot. So we get another Iron Man movie.
Man, see.
You got Ironheart.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to that, but
if they're gonna reboot everything anyway, like why don't we just give Riri her movie at the beginning of the new whatever thing they're doing now, so that it makes sense in the canon? You know what I mean? Like, why make a movie then scrap it and say, oh, it doesn't matter? You know what I mean? Like, why reboot the whole? You know what I mean? Like, why spend the money on it?
Toss a cool $100 million and be like,
And
whatever.
Marvel can throw money around right now, or Disney can throw money around like that. I'm like, you guys aren't hot like that. Come on.
They're moving with money around DC right now.
They got money that.
It's like that was
right.
Yeah,
They releasing an Aquaman movie that I had no idea about.
Yo, Stanley been gone for 2 reboots. What's going on, bro?
What's going on?
Yeah.
Like, they're like, oh, we didn't capture it this time. I guess Batman and another Superman movie. That'll do it this time. The fourth time's the charm. Just give it a rap, guys, man. You can't compete, man. You can't compete with. I always say they can't compete with what live action anime is doing right now. They can't compete with it.
Anime is a cash cow.
Yeah, because what anime does well that comics do, they have a straight storyline. You got Luffy from start to finish. There is no Luffy came from this universe and he's a whole different character. And you know what I'm saying? You don't got that. You got straight line. I know Batman, for example, Batman, you know him from this part and he should be from here. There shouldn't be like 15 different Batman storylines where I gotta know, oh yeah, Batman died in this thing, and this is why he has this scar on his face. Like I gotta read this entire series over here to know that little bit.
What if Batman?
Exactly. Yeah, there's no.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there's no Luffy 1, there's no Luffy 2, Luffy 3, Super Luffy, Ultra Luffy, and female Luffy 1-off.
Technically,
man.
We got Afro Luffy. We got a few different Luffys out there.
But are they all? But it's different. Are those different? It's not like Robin picked up the Batman till now. It's not like a different Batman character behind it. But we have Afro. You can't throw Afro Luffy for him.
Afro Luffy.
Nothing. No, take it back. No, but
jeez.
I will say I gained tremendous respect for One Piece when I saw that scene. But
that version of Luffy for sure is I'm glad you didn't talk anything more because there's definitely more versions of Luffy that are way more ridiculous that we didn't fucking even talk about. So Afro Luffy is probably, I think he's probably the best of the outside of the Luffy. I can't say nothing more, but right now I'm gonna put Afro Luffy up there because I do boxing and I do the nods to what is that? Let's Get Ready to Rumble vibes he gave him. They gave him the fro and the
That sounds crazy.
It is crazy. That is a crazy arc. That is a crazy arc for sure. I guess we got that with Naruto with the movie. They had like a different universe where it was like Naruto was like the villain of that thing. He had the what was it, the Rinnegan? No, Sharingan or whatever. The Road to Ninja movie. There's an entire movie where he's Sasuke. Naruto, Sasuke, and I think Sasuke is. Do you like Naruto? I forget, but
I think Sasuke was like, in that particular movie, Sasuke's personality was just altered. He was still good or whatever, but he was like an e-boy.
Oh
he was like a ladies' man, and he was like super like extroverted.
Yeah, it was a very what if movie, and I liked it. It
was cool. It's called Road to Ninja.
Road to Ninja. Yeah, it's a good movie. But speaking about what ifs, I'm not gonna talk about it. I take it back. I'm not gonna talk about Miles Thor or whatever. We're not gonna talk about.
Oh no, that's no. That has a sense.
Okay, I don't think you guys know. I guess you guys don't know about it because you didn't jump up at it. Yeah, what's this?
No.
We had a whole entire moment about that off podcast.
Yeah, that has a scent. Like I can smell Miles Thor coming.
Oh man, that was a very bad what if story. Like it was very racist. It was bad.
It was pretty racist. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll say one line. By Odin's fade is what this man said out of his mouth. Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like it's.
Yeah.
Who's this?
It's a what if storyline with Miles if he was Thor. Like they had like this whole what if series where like what if Miles was Wolverine, what if Miles was Thor, and that was a Thor one. And it was in the comic panel, and he not only he graffitied the Rainbow Road too. Like he put graffiti on the Rainbow Road, and on his hammer he had graffiti on it.
What?
He said I have to protect my hood or something like that. I was
he just speaks in slang. Like it's so bad.
That's crazy.
Where?
That's recent Marvel. I think that came out a year ago?
Yeah.
He almost did. He might as well with all that.
Animation,
hammer with graffiti on it.
That's worse than his proto suit in the video game, man. That's almost up there with his proto suit in the video game where he had the Timbs on.
We don't talk about the proto suit in the video game. It's
Oh,
all
we were talking
like
about
the Tims were crazy.
That video with Spider-Man and the Mr. Lizard or whatever.
Oh no, I didn't wait.
Wait, what? I know.
Wait, well, I'm about to say, wait.
You know what
I'm trying to look it in. I'm trying to figure out, like,
ignore that.
he's trying to start something.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Nonsense right there. That's how you know.
That was a great promo video, bro.
That's how you know it's good.
Oh no.
We'll share the video with you guys offline if you.
Okay, yeah, definitely drop that. I want to see it,
Yeah.
but I have no idea. But no,
It's okay.
Biotin's Fade took me out when I saw that.
Oh yeah.
I actually looked. I didn't buy it, but I looked up different images, and it gets. There's more to it. There's more like playing, but that's like the one I was just like, this is bad. Like, who came up with this? Who was like, you know what? Thor needs to have a whole makeover. You got to have the ones, by the way. You can't have Miles without the ones. He has to have his ones on with the.
What 48-year-old man named Stewart? It was like, yeah. You know what would be cool? By Odin's Fade.
By Odin's Fade. I got to protect my hood. I was like,
it's crazy.
Wait,
I gotta
boy.
protect my
Hood right
hood.
after.
I think he said that. I think it's in the same like panel. He said that in there.
Yeah.
That is a crazy line.
And I'm just like,
No,
man,
it's
like,
just awful.
That's terrible. Speaking of
Yeah.
Miles, have you guys all seen the latest movie?
across the
I haven't. I actually
I
haven't.
have. I've seen
That-
it.
I haven't.
I've seen it. I'm on that. Yeah, you sleeping, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
No, like I'm.
You fully asleep right now.
Yeah, I'm high. Like I gotta do better.
Hibernate.
I'm hibernating.
You gotta check it out, man. That movie
Yeah,
is amazing.
I've seen snippets of it, but yeah.
Josh, come on, bro.
Josh, come on, man. Come on now. Come on. We can't, come on. We can't start a
Hey,
mile thing without
Josh, I'm
talking
with
about
you,
it.
brother. I was so busy when it came out, and I just never got around to.
Pat, come on.
So you guys both got some more homework, I guess. Like you got it on the pile, the
No,
homework pile. You got another
for
thing.
sure.
Yo, if
To
everyone had piles in front of them right now, we wouldn't be able to see each other. All right,
right?
I swear. Like
We all got piles right now.
That's like we all got piles in front of us. I'm just
totally.
your guys'
Like,
pile just somehow keep getting bigger. Somehow
You know
just keep
what I'm saying?
stacking on top.
That's what.
Yeah. But was it good?
Yes. Yes. I can't say more than that. I'm just saying yes.
You just haven't said anything this whole time.
Wow.
Yo.
Man,
Go watch
oh,
this
man.
movie.
Because that is a story about background and good character writing. My geez, and I can't even I gushed about it in the review I did for it, but I always like to talk shop about that movie. It's really good.
Word.
And I can't do it, Josh.
Nah, man. I gotta stop sleeping for sure.
I'll
Yeah,
take
you got you gotta get you something to keep you awake, man, because you just keep sleeping.
Yeah. No, for
Man.
sure. But just more talk about this good character design and just a good character plot points. Yeah. If you guys can just definitely walk us through more of like your creative process with Sentinel Six and just the ins and outs of trying to create a Western anime.
Yeah, so it's funny. Every time I tell a story, I always say, so character and story, like we said, are really important to us. So when Pat and I started this process, we would literally just get together. We would sketch out, or we had ideas of what we wanted our characters to look like, but we didn't name them. We just focused on who they were and like who they were in the story and what who they were about, like what their personalities were and everything. And we didn't name them for the first maybe 2 years. Like we just called them by the colors. We were like, yeah, so blue's gonna interact with red when green does this. And it's actually really funny thinking about it now. But yeah, just story and character was just so important to us. Like those are the first two things that we focused on for the longest time. And then when it was time for us to release the website, we finally named our characters like a few months before. And Pat, I'll let you add to it if you had anything else you wanted to say as well.
Yeah, so actually, funny enough, listening to Asa explain that, because it's like, even though we've created a lot of things to this point, we're constantly creating. And as we talk and hear different things, like there's more things turning in my brain and in Asa's brain, and the idea later. As you just brought up, us not coming up with names. We didn't come up with a name, like he said, for 2 years. But the funny thing, after spending 2 years of time with characters who don't have a name, you're able to figure out what their name is because you know them.
Right.
So you know what represents them, what they should be, what their title should be. You know what I mean? So it was like, I'm not saying that, you can't have a name for a character that you want or whatever, but the process that we did by creating what they were, what makes a character tick? Like, okay, for example, we all talked about our different characters of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles initially that we liked, right? So you like Rafa, you like somebody who, Josh, you like Rafa, like someone who has a bit of edge to him, no BS, very Bakugo, very Vegeta, right to the point, right? That's who Rafa is. Rafa, the word Rafa, the sound of it sounds progressive. So yeah, it fits really good. But it's Rafa itself really doesn't really mean anything. What matters is the red. What matters is the type of weapons that he uses, which are those very in close, like deadly daggers. Like that's a very intimate, very aggressive kind of weapons. Donatello, everything flows. Yeah, the name. What is the name? Yeah. It's just the title of the soul is what's important. We created those souls. We created the essence, the energy, and then from there, yeah. From there.
So it's kind of working like backwards chaining or working backwards, like coming up with personality, design, motivation, all that stuff. And then after doing that or getting the soul, you were like, okay, this name fits because of all of the work we've done to make the character what we want them to be.
Right.
Which is why they all fit so well and make so much sense because there's a lot of intention with every step of the way, with every detail.
Yeah, totally.
But sorry, I didn't mean to cut. But like,
you're good.
Intention to every detail in the sense of allowing all the thoughts to flow in, picturing it almost like a pool, right? You just let the water go in. But even though all that water's going in, there might be like things floating in that water, and you're gonna have to sift it out. So you're still allowing the water to come in, but that doesn't mean you don't sift out. So that's the process of you have to allow those things to come in because they're all related. They're all good ideas. They just have to be fixed, right? So once you allow all those things in, then you're able to sift through, clean up, and fix everything together to have that crisp, clean pool. I guess that might not be the best.
It's like you have all these ideas you want for that character, and then you go through the process of chipping away at this sculpture of whatever you had the idea of. And things that work, things that don't work, but all things that at the beginning you thought were great ideas to come to this idea of a perfect sculpture.
Exactly. And you don't want anything to get in the way of that free flow by being so focused on, what's the name? I can't. Then you're missing the big picture. The big picture is there's all this stuff happening that you should be paying attention to, meaning you as in the creator, whoever the creator is, like fitting X. But for a said creator, just focus on the free flow. Allow the flow to happen because there's so much in that flow. It's so deep. If you just hang out in the shallow end or just try and focus on one tiny little thing, you're going to miss all the shit in the deep. Yeah.
Totally. No, I like that. I really do. Just focusing more on the character as far as their mechanics instead of just their name or what's just like most easily identifiable. I really like that. Like how you said how Raphael, just by his color alone, you can really figure out his personality. Because red is a really striking color and it's fierce. Like how you guys made Mother Terra green. Because it's what's associated with green and just nature and plants. And also you can even say just the tranquility.
Yeah.
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 No, like I like that. I haven't really thought about it like that.
Yeah. I think that like sometimes people get so caught up on like having a specific thing just appear in front of them. But I can't speak for anyone else's project, but I know at least for Asa and I, we definitely had no clue really where we were going. Initially, we had ideas and direction, but we didn't know exactly what was happening initially. But that stopped us from creating, from allowing the flow to just keep happening, just keep building. Because let's say, like I was saying, zoom out, just allow all those different things to happen in the deep. Guess what? After you get those things from the deep, when you bring them to the shallow, and it's so cool because now you can see it so clearly. It's like right there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's back and forth. It's detailed, but you don't want to get so focused on detail you forget about the deep stuff. And then you want to go into the deep stuff, and then you want to bring them back to the shallow end. So it's really clear, and everything's right there for you. It all works together, and you can't get caught up on something. I think anything that gets in your way, just put it to the side for a second. Don't forget it. Just keep it there. Just keep going somewhere else. And then that somewhere else will eventually tie back into that. It just will.
Yeah, it's like I say, I think it's not what people do, and I think it's a smart way of handling a character is to come up with, as you say, the sauce or the soul of the character. Because at the end of the day, you'll find the name after you do all the work of making the character. Like you said, if you focus on the name and a name, you might never get past the name. You might never make other characters because you're just like, okay, what's his name? I know the character is like this, but what's his name? And you don't come up with the backstory and all these deeper things to the character that essentially, like it helped you guys come up with the names. And so it's shallow, but at the same time, it's deep. It's like going from the shallow end of a pool to a deeper end of a pool and back and forth until you've got what you're going to work with overall.
Exactly. And at that point,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Totally. No, for sure. And also just not being afraid to just draw from pre-existing sources, like how Grim Grizzly kind of pulls some stuff from Lobo, and just Blue Sage kind of pulls stuff from Green Lantern, and just meditating on those ideas to just help you figure out how you wanna express the character.
For sure. Asa and I were talking to a mentor recently who was talking about how obviously we're influenced by everything around us. It's to say that you could create something that has absolutely no influence from anything that's around is basically impossible, especially now with so much that is out there for us to consume. You have to still make sure that you're doing your due diligence to create something that's actually like unique and different. But the beauty of also creating too in that way is that even though there's things that are influenced by other things, they're so different. There's so many different levels of said characters. For example, comparing like Blue Sage to Green Lantern, that you could know both characters very well and not even make the comparison. The comparison of Green Lantern makes sense when people are getting into the show. But speaking, let's say 20 years down the road, let's say Sentinel Six is in video games and comics and everything, someone can just see Blue Sage and get an entirely different like taste, feel, everything from very similar aspects.
Yeah,
exactly. No, totally. Because I wasn't even thinking about Green Lantern when I was looking at Blue Sage until I did more research on just like your creative process with Blue Sage. Because you said Green Lantern was one of the inspirations, and I was like, oh yeah, I see it now. But looking at Blue Sage, I didn't really get Green Lantern. Yes. I definitely see that. Yeah.
Yes. But that's a good way to help people wrap their head around it.
And if you look behind me, Green Lantern was never doing that.
No, no, he was not.
I'm jealous that you got that thing back there. I don't got it. Damn.
Hey, man. So, like,
yeah. But no, like just stuff like that. But yeah, we just because, like you said, people just get so caught up in wanting to just figure out just the easy stuff. Because I think the easiest thing with a character is the name, but I think the hard part helps you flesh it out, and the hard part is just figuring out the character as far as just how they function in the plot, and how they also just function just personally in their how they function in the world. And oftentimes you got characters that you just, and some characters you can feel that they probably, like, the name probably came last, like with Naruto, for instance, because Naruto basically is like the little circular thing in like a bowl of ramen. It's like that little it's basically like this this little circular thing that they put in traditional ramen in Japan. Yeah, it's like this. Yeah, it's like this like rice thing that's like circular.
Yeah.
And also Naruto's last name is Uzumaki, which is spiral in Japanese, and just stuff like that. And you can feel that Naruto as a character was created before the name.
Yeah.
And just stuff like that.
And to get on that fact, because you brought that up, I have a One Piece fact, so I had to get in there. But yeah, Sanji almost got named Naruto because that's what he was gonna do, and then they're both friends. So he gave him the name Naruto and named him initially Sanji. So we almost got like a Naruto on the crew and Straw Hat crew.
Wow.
Yeah, so he gave the name to Naruto's name, and also Naruto used to almost be a thing about ramen. Like it was gonna be an anime about making ramen. That was its original thing, and then it became what it is now.
Wow.
Now, the spiral noodle thing makes more sense when like those kind of like back behind the scenes thing, but yeah.
And that makes those ramen like meetups and like all those like just logic. Wow, that is
And then what's the name? The ramen guy is the only person that was nice to him.
Yeah.
Out of everybody, he was the one that always gave him ramen.
Yeah,
like, that's a nod to the roots. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it definitely did come last.
Yeah, see, exactly. Yeah, just stuff like that. Just taking time to really figure out the mechanics of a character instead of just the stuff that's just surface level, like a name.
Yeah,
like just the stuff like that. And also we talked about a whole lot of good stuff tonight, and just the Sentinel Six, and just the process of just creating the characters and really trying to figure out how they can function in this particular space, but also still pull from these multiple what is it, like multiple just what's the word I'm looking for, just multiple meanings. As far as the Sentinels basically represent like body parts, and just body parts, and just the way like the way we go through life, because that's just what I got from the Sentinels. Like they just represent just Earth, just stuff on Earth, and just the human process. It's definitely like really introspective, and I really like stuff that just can be, it's more open to interpretation instead of something that's just totally is black and white. And also just this is what other animes, we talked about other animes and how their narratives function, and how just talking about the blueprints of anime and just the things that just make them good. And but saying all that to say, to encapsulate all that mess that I said, basically, like what would be some advice for anyone trying to create an anime, just from, or not just an anime, but just trying to create just an idea like you guys is with Sentinel Six, just from square one, being able to create just characters and being able to flesh them out for people like me and Demetrius, flesh them out so masterfully, because like I said, I pretty much got what you guys were trying to do with all the characters. Like what would you say to be able to help somebody express the characters in that way?
Honestly, I would just say, just tell your story and believe in it. So the good thing about Sentinel Six is, like, obviously this is for representation and whatnot, but in order to create all 6 of the characters, we had to take pieces of ourselves and pieces of our family members and pieces of like stories that we personally know, we personally experienced, those close to us experience, and we literally put them all together, and that's what helped us create each of the different characters. One of the quotes we use in our pitch is, this art is important to us because it's introspective, and the more introspective your art is, the more it'll reach the masses. So these characters, our artwork, definitely like represent a lot of our life, and like I said, different stories that we've lived and those close to us have lived. And we know that in telling these stories, we're definitely going to help reach so many different people, because every different person is going to resonate with a different character for one particular or two particular or multiple reasons, but they'll never be the same as the next person and the next person. But that only becomes from us telling our story. So tell whatever story that you feel is inside you and close to you, and that will definitely help you reach whoever you want to reach.
Great advice.
Great.
Yeah,
I like that.
I would just say what Asa said is spot on. Can't expand on that much more. That definitely is something that I feel maybe sometimes people take for granted. We all have some really awesome, interesting things about each and every single person. I don't know how you guys really look at people, and this is, I know, a very random kind of general statement, but I say that in the sense that I found myself the last year or so, like really looking at people and like finding a lot of interest in every individual. Because it's like when you create stories and you work on creating characters, you realize it's everywhere. When it's just more about finding first what it is what's your purpose? Why are you doing it? What's your why? So Ace and I have our why, right? That was the first thing. So cool. Once we got a why, then what's what? Like, what is it that you like? What is it that you think is cool? And then from there, just tap into, like Asa was saying, those things around you, those things that you have about yourself, those things that your friends have, their family, and things that interest you. So even though that you do, let's say you're influenced, for example, like we're influenced by Spawn, right? Like I know that Spawn isn't, it's not like we created it, but that influence affected me a certain way, like the same way that I stayed up watching it as a kid and I knew I wasn't supposed to, and it scared the shit out of me. That was my memories of Spawn. It's like, yo, this is super cool because there's a black character doing supernatural shit, but my parents told me I shouldn't watch it and it's mad scary. You know what I mean? Like Asa watching Spawn, the way that he experienced it, the way that he did, he interprets it a certain way, which means that he then has certain feelings about it that he wants to create or build with. Right. So it's, even though you're influenced by something, that effect that it has on you when it happened to you, all those different things, there's layers there that can be expanded upon. And the last thing I'd say is, like, when Asa brought up Static Shock, for example, a big reason why we even got into doing a show that was like the tone that we have it at is because, like, we reminisce so hard about Cyborg. We reminisce so hard about Static Shock, shows that were TV-14, when at the time we were watching it and being like, yo, this is amazing. So it's like that specific time, that feeling when we watched the show affected how we made decisions in the future about a totally different show, totally different idea. So it's there. Like, everyone has it. It's just whether they, like, it takes a lot of time. That's like,
it does. We're 5 years deep, so it definitely takes a lot of time. You just gotta be willing to put the time and effort into it. But it's there.
Yeah, I mean, if it's your dream, you will put the time.
Right.
And the only, I always say, is like the only time that you fail your dream is when you quit. You got to keep doing it. You got to be a little crazy about it too. You gotta just be like in it. No one can tell you anything about that dream.
And even if
exactly. Hey, the little Blackbeard, right? To put it full circle, that moment for sure. Yeah. But yeah, I love what you guys have been doing and stuff like that, and I can't wait to see Sentinel 6 and have all my questions that I can't ask you guys answered. Because you won't answer them. I can ask them, but you just won't answer them.
Asking very
specific.
Yeah, that's
all right.
No, here at the Square Round Table, we just let you talk. Like we ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just sit back and just let you go ahead and talk.
Yeah. I'll answer some questions maybe next time.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'd love for you to come back and after everything is dropped and talk about it and stuff like that. And also meet our other co-hosts because they weren't here this time, but they definitely wanted to be here and definitely want to chop it up. So you guys are always welcome back.
Totally.
Awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course.
Yeah. And yeah, as far as just spending five grueling years trying to create Sentinel 6, you guys already did the hard part. Like, the hard part is just having the courage to put your idea out there for people to see. Because even that takes a lot. That takes a lot to do, to just have enough. Be like your biggest cheerleader, and just be like, you know what, I'm going to make this idea work, and I know that it's worth its medal. It's worth all the work that I put into it.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, and it's an idea that people need to see, and even if they don't see it, I need to see it.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
That's what's important for the most is you, like, like you doing it, you putting the work in there. The accolades on top of that is people loving it, but you putting that love into it is what makes it special. What people see when they see the project is the work that you put into it,
Right.
all the hours, all the stuff like that, and everything. Like they say, people really want to see the results. They want to see the figures, the results, and stuff like that. All the stuff like behind the scenes cool, but they want to see a product. They want to see something that you guys put your heart into that you can be like, yeah, this is my thing.
Yes.
Yeah. This is what I spent 5 years working, storyboarding everything, and this is what it is.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, whatever happens, you guys did it. You know what I mean? They can't take that from you. You did it.
Exactly.
You had it's out there.
You had the courage to be able to fully flesh out your ideas, and that within itself is commendable.
An accomplishment. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, what's like some projects that two of you have like currently that you can talk about, either also not just collectively, but just like just separate projects you guys have that you're working on.
Yeah, so outside of Sentinel Six, I'm actually writing a short film that I plan on producing next spring. We'll see how that goes with everything going on with the job and with Sentinel Six. But yeah, that's one of my goals. We'll see what happens. I'm not gonna get into it because it's gonna be a whole.
I wasn't gonna say no.
I'm gonna say let you just do this.
I'm gonna stop right there. But
yeah.
I've got a couple things going with some projects people have been interested in me helping them out with. Also, like I said, I do the kickboxing and fighting stuff, so I've been trying to find a way to incorporate that in. I've gotten a couple offers to do shoots and stuff like that. Things I haven't really stepped into much. I've only done like the actual like hard part of fighting, but there's some more fun stuff that I could tap into that I've been trying to step into a little bit more lately. So I've been doing that a little bit, as well as, like I said, working on some ideas. So
dope.
That's what's up.
But most of so no worries there.
I say, yeah, that was very tight-lipped. You didn't really give me anything to grab onto with that. You guys were very. Did you sign NDAs? Is that what?
I like to let things develop, just because people like to talk a lot. So that one last piece of advice, in addition to everything I said, I think is important too, is just to take what people say with a grain of salt to an extent, because like people will say a lot of things, but it's especially in something like this. You have to understand that people want to do a lot more sometimes than maybe they're capable to do. So they'll commit to it, might not be able to do it. So you got to just stay balanced with it. Not letting yourself get upset, not letting yourself get like down or getting too excited. So that's why maybe you might hear me be tight-lipped, or I'm sure Asa has the same feeling too, as from his experiences. But it's like you want to let things like build a little bit before you call it out. Whereas like for Asa, I know he's been working on that short film for a while now. So that's not just loose. That's not loose chat.
Yeah.
Move in silence.
Right. I was about to say that. Real G's move in silence. I was going to say.
G's move in silence.
Just to echo what you said, just don't talk about it, be about it, and actions speak louder than words. So
the results.
Totally.
Even our whole process, like, we would talk to people talking about the show, but it was like, nah, then we like really put our heads down and really grinded it out and got to where we are, and then talked about it afterward. So I think that's a valuable piece of information to just have in your mind as you go forward. Just really be about whatever you plan on talking about. So you talk that talk when the time is right.
Exactly.
That's the last gem I'm gonna drop. I actually gotta get to bed.
Dropping gems, just like dropping them every so often. And if we keep talking, he'll drop some more gems. Keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Again, thank you so much for having us. We appreciate you.
Yes.
Oh yeah, thanks for coming out and telling us about your projects and stuff like that. And I can't wait to see them. And so we can actually talk about them a lot more and
Right.
have these backstory conversations and deeper conversations and actually
Yeah.
oh
No, totally. Yeah. But no, I can't wait to see what you guys come out with. And yeah, I already know good luck with the film and good luck with your kickboxing, your martial arts. No, that's great stuff. I love to see it.
Exactly, me too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Totally.
Have a good night. It was great to meet you
Yeah,
guys.
it's been real.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
All
you
right,
guys will
y'all.
definitely be back for sure.
Got you. Have a good
Totally.
night.
Yeah, all right. All right, good night, fellas.
And this has been the Square Roundtable Podcast. Follow us on all our socials, our fandom limb, our Twitters, your Instagrams, YouTube for sure. You can comment and subscribe on all that good stuff and leave us some comments about anything we talked about on this video. And oh yeah, that pesky Facebook group that nobody wants to come and talk to us about. They don't want to come in there. It's dead. It's completely dead. Come talk to us. We need some people to talk to us in there. But with that being said, I've been your host, Demetrius.
And I've been your host, Josh. #yes, #no.
And this has been the Square Roundtable Podcast. We are out.
Peace.
Peace.